Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing first play is Pickett. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
But so often now we're praising tight ends for their nimbleness and how they catch the ball downfield. But occasionally we get a reminder that tight ends, they've got that tough guy aspect too. How about him catching that short one there, shaking off tacklers, and turning that into an expansive gain downfield.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
On 2nd and 7, Pickett. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Second and 7 from the 20. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm up QB too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Harris running straight ahead. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. They run again with Harris, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Pickett sets up play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Now the Bills will take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Pickett will look to throw it here. Under pressure, and they got to him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Isaiah McKenzie is back deep for the Bills. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going deep for Diggs. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. Pass on for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. The Steelers get it. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Boy, at this point, I don't know what's going on down there. You got guys running one way on the pick six, now running the other way to return the blocked extra point.
It's almost like that guy went this way, but the other guy went that way. And guess what? Both of them scored points.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a toss play. It's Harris. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That was Terrell Bernard navigating his way to the backfield and dropping him for a loss.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. To return is McKenzie. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game.
Taking it right down Broadway. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that. Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Presley Harvin now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Allen off the play fake. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Alex Highsmith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
To try again after the sack. Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Allen. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, the Steelers and Bills, they played in the season opener last year, if you recall. And it was the Steelers who pulled off a bit of a stunner. They rallied late, beat the Bills in Buffalo 23-16. Buffalo, a little bit of a rocky start to the season, but they would quickly right the ship.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And again, it's Allen. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So everything else is going right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. This taken in at the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throwing is Allen on third. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time on a catch and run. And the Bills will move the chains.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 22. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Allen. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Allen now looks to throw. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. To the air on first down with Pickett. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Pickett to throw on first down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And what many term is a down year for rookie quarterbacks, the Steelers took Pickett 20th overall because they knew him better than any other quarterback in the draft. They considered him the most pro-ready passer in the class. He's got plenty of gunslinger in him as well. You give him an inch of space to make a throw, he's going to try and make it into a mile.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, 41 yards. And the Steelers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Allen going to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On play action, Allen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 90 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself,
I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bills get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Bass now to send it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time, and you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one, but they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Pickett. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On play action, Allen.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Alert, alert, alert.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Now Pickett will look to pass it. He's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. They hand this off to Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the give, this is Harris. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their